Alright, welcome back to Horror Galore. And as you can see, we've got Doom. So, Xbox One, it's Bethesda. So, if you get motion sickness, don't ever play this game. Ever. If you've ever had motion sickness, don't play this game. Because all you're doing is like 90 frames per second spinning around and shooting things. It gets repetitive eventually. It's a little bit of puzzling. Meaning that at some points there's puzzles. Even in the level design, you have to find things. I thought it was a really good game, except I got to a point and I just went, I don't feel like playing this anymore. It's just too much repetitive. But then again, that's all first-person shooters. You're just running around shooting people. You really get down to it. So, enough of that. And on to the meat and potatoes of this video. John Carpenter's The Ward. This is one movie that I think it was just direct DVD for some reason, but I never saw it in the theater, and I bought this DVD brand new. It takes place in the 50s. This particular girl has amnesia, doesn't remember who she is, and she winds up in a psychiatric ward, meaning the only other people in her ward are 4 or 5 other girls, and each one is completely different, and weird shit happens. There's a demon in the basement, sort of thing. But that's all I can actually say about it, because otherwise I'll ruin the fucking film. And I really suggest watching this. It's a good psychological horror. And now into the next film, which is Wishmaster 3. I have Wishmaster 1 and 2 on a different disc, which is going to be talked about in those two movies are going to be talked about in the next episode, because that's on one of those four movie discs, a quad pack. But anyway, this was not a very good movie. As far as the Witchmaster series goes, this was like the low point. I think in this one they tried to explain a lot more of the jinn in it and how his realm. But it winds up being, it's a bad movie, so I'm going to spoil it. They wind up defeating the jinn with the most simplest thing ever. The jinn has to grant 3 wishes. My first wish is, I wish you didn't exist. It took them an hour and a half to figure that out. So, done with that. Hello, South Korea. This is Whispering Corridors, a movie that's completely in Korean. And it's the first of the Whispering Corridors series. Although, people have complained that Whispering Corridors and the sequels, such as the one Voice, which was in the previous video, the characters aren't connected. But regardless, they all take place in school. They all revolve around basically the same grade, and they all have same sort of context behind them, that they deal with the very strict regime of schools, teen suicide, depression, and stuff like that. Especially teen suicide, because they all wind up fucking killing themselves at some point. Some child dies in one of these movies, and this was no different. I think in this one, somebody hangs himself in the tree that's in the courtyard of the school because they failed a test or something stupid like that. But it's a good movie, but you're going to have to read the bottom of it because it's in Korean. It's in Korean, and the bottom is in English. This movie, however, is called White Zombie, as you can clearly see, and it's starring Bela Lugosi, which you probably really can't see because the things covering it. It was never specifically said, but I'm pretty sure that that's where the band White Zombie got their name from. Black Sabbath got their name from a movie called Black Sabbath. So, the movie White Zombie takes place in Haiti. Bela Lugosi is a voodoo practitioner, you could say, and he has his 3 other enemies. He's killed them off. They are zombies, and this is not infected zombies. They walk completely stiff, and they wobble like this because they don't bend their kneecaps. And the arms out. This girl is some chick who's just got married, and the couple are honeymooning in Haiti. I don't know what. It's not modern Haiti. I'm not even sure if it's a French colony at this point in the film, but that's not explained what time frame it is. But anyway, they're there, and there's a missionary there who winds up helping them because he's a friend of her now husband. Well, Lugosi's character wants that chick, so he does all these things to turn her into a white zombie. And then it's all foiled really stupidly, sort of, kind of, at the end. But, nonetheless, I think it was a good movie. There's a lot of weird camera tricks that they do because it's 1932. So, like, for one thing is when Bela Lugosi's doing something, the camera just shows his face, and I don't know exactly how they did this, but they had a line of light shine over his eyes. The rest of his face is dark, and just his eyes are lit up. Because nowadays you could just do that with editing. But I'm assuming at that point they just had shined off a light through a slit, like maybe a piece of cardboard, and they cut a slit out and just shined a light through it, and that's how they got that. Practical effects, didn't have CGI in the 30s, so I'm assuming that's probably how they did it. But it looked cool because it just showed how focused his eyes are. It's a quick one because that's the end of this video. So if you liked it, press the like button. You got a comment, you know what to do with that. Keep it nice and clean. If you haven't subscribed, please do. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to donate to the channel, you do that at Patreon. Links for that are all in the description. And until next time, thank you for watching. Goodbye.